DHA, currently one of the ingredients of our core product, docosahexaenoic acid. Docosa means 22 in Greek, and the reason why it's named that is because of its long chain carbon structure. In fact, it's the longest chain fatty acid in the world. Nothing in nature can mimic DHA, which is interestingly enough why the human body is comprised of it and is made of it, mainly in our eyes, brain, and central nervous system. In fact, the gray matter of our brain and eyes highly consists and are made of DHA. That's very fascinating. We don't synthesize it ourselves. We can convert a little bit from alpha lipoic acid, but that's it. This is really, really critical to understand, and this is why DHA became such a pivotal part to the beginning of Symbiotica. I wanted something that I could really trust into and made a lot of sense. The way the human body converts sunlight into electrons is through a process, and that process is when the sun hits our eyes or hits our skin, photons come in and through DHA channeling gets converted into electrons. So literally DHA is the converter that lets the technology of taking sun energy into human form in the human body. That is very, very powerful stuff, and it makes sense why algae is at the core of our food web. It's at the beginning stages of everything in nature. Everything in nature has to start somewhere when it comes to design and because of food and how the architecture works. DHA is at the cornerstone of it. Right now, most people know omega-3s, EPA, DHA is coming from fish oil. But the thing is, it's kind of like cow milk. Why were people drinking cow milk? Well, they wanted calcium. But where was the cow getting that organic mineral from? They didn't make it in their body. They were getting it from the grass that they ate. It's the same concept. Why are we getting our omega-3s from fish that are completely, obstructed and destroyed in nature by big, huge, whaling vessels that literally dredge the oceans, take all these fish and sea life, they take them into a factory, they boil them into a mush, and then they distill it, and then they bottle it up and give you a fish oil, which is really, really karmically kind of strange to me. And ultimately, you're getting homeopathic doses of everything those fishes were carrying. If you understand what homeopathy is, it's an energy that you're going to be receiving, whether that's in the form of a parasite, plastics, heavy metals, toxins, whatever. And also, not to mention, by the time that fish oil gets to you, it's most likely oxidized. So you're basically eating rancid fish oil. But they know how, they're smart. They know how important omega-3s are, and they know this is a big business, billion-dollar business every year. So why don't we go to the primary source? So we source directly from Nova Scotia Bay a wild strain Schizocrychium algae, which is extracted using warm water, no solvents, which cracks the cell of the DHA and gives the life force and the jing and the shen and the qi of that algae. We contain that. And that is the core of our main product right now. And we've combined that DHA, which is extracted in the best way of all time, with another microalgae, which is called astaxanthin. Astaxanthin has become very popular today. It's kind of hit the social media. It's kind of hit the internet. Dr. McCullough did a whole thing on it. People are starting to really realize what it is. Astaxanthin, they say, is nature's strongest antioxidant. 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C, 550 times stronger than vitamin E. What is an antioxidant? It's something that goes into your body and lends itself an electron to remove an oxidative stress, meaning we have free radicals in our body. And when neuroprotectors and cellular protectors like those into our body, they lend itself, they sacrifice itself, so those free radicals can then get cured and then removed, and you're not dealing with that oxidative stress in the body. This is critical. And what happens, astaxanthin, very interesting enough, is formed when algae is put under stress. So when green algae is stressed out, and they can do it in many different ways, they heat it up or they lack of oxygen, depending on the strain, all of a sudden that green algae turns blood red. Blood red. It's a protector. It's how lobsters turn red. It's how salmon are pink and red. Flamingos, you heard of flamingos? Flamingos are white. But because they're eating so much sea life filled with astaxanthin, they turn pink. That's fascinating. You take a wild salmon and you take a farm-raised salmon. Farm-raised salmon just lives in one spot and they feed it color additives so it looks pink. Wild salmon goes 1,200 miles, into an estuary and comes all the way back and actually jumps upstreams. And if you're a white salmon, you can't do it. That tells you something. Astaxanthin has so many powerful effects. It's one of the best anti-inflammatories, good for your eyes, good for your skin. It's beautifying. So a lot of people that are really concerned about, their face and protecting themselves during the sun, because right now, like I said, it's spring, we're getting into summer, northern hemisphere. You got to have as much protection as possible. Astaxanthin, there you go, probably the best protective formula you can ever have. We've combined those, we're adding terpenes to it from organic lemons and fruits. We have cannabis terpenes that we're going to add to it. We're going to be playing with so many different expressions of this. We're adding phospholipids, phosphatidylcholine to help, keep everything intact, enter the blood-brain barrier to perfection. This is so much fun. It's so much exciting right now. Mothers, this is really important for mothers. The most important nutrient a mom can consume before pregnancy, while she's pregnant, post, is DHA, by far, hands down. This is incredible research has been done, thousands and thousands of studies. So this isn't some herb that we found in the middle of the Amazon that are telling people, hey, you got to take this. No. This has been tried and tested. This has been, peer-reviewed, published studies, thousands of studies on the importance of it. Again, our eyes, brain, skin, central nervous system are made of it. I think you can kind of understand why it's important then for a mother to be consuming DHA from a safe place. That's what Symbiotica is. It's bringing you safe, clean, live form of DHA as opposed to anything out there that you'd find in seafood, anything that could have been oxidized or have been put into the elements of industrial pollution or anything like this. Everything is indoor grown, extracted with the best processes, so you're not getting any contamination at all. We're having the best results ever. I have so many mothers on this right now. It's totally changed their moods, their energy levels. They're feeling so much better right now. Way more clarity. All the studies show that a decline in DHA in the brain also corresponds and correlates with a decline in cognitive ability. Think about that for a second. The decline of DHA in the brain also correlates to the decline of cognitive ability. And when you have a drop in cognitive ability, then all of those other things start to pop up. Frustration, sadness, pain, all of those things, because you're not running on the ability that you're used to. And that's a big deal. I don't like that. I don't want people to be suffering like that. We have the nutrients for the brain. I like to call this almost like the brain food, because it goes immediately to the brain and eyes and central nervous system. You can feel it. There's a visceral reaction. Thousands of mothers are messaging me all the time, telling me how much of a difference it's made them post baby, during pregnancy, whatever. They're all having the best time ever with it. It's making a big difference. And the children need it. Children need at least 500-600 milligrams of DHA every day. That's known. This is the best way of getting it in there. And again, we're going to be adding so many more nutrients to it, doing so many other cool things. It's so exciting to work with such amazing people. Top level of alchemy at the highest level. Even our astaxanthin, think about this for a second. Our astaxanthin comes from Iceland. We all wanted to source the best astaxanthin on earth. I went everywhere. I looked everywhere. Finally settled on Iceland, which, interesting enough, I have a strong relationship with. It was 2 years ago. We were staying with the president of Iceland, running around with the mayor at Reykjavik. My cousin's really connected in Iceland with the Scandinavian people. These are powerful people that have to deal with powerful weather, and it just creates brute strength. That's why I wanted to go over there. I wanted to jump in that ocean. I wanted to feel that force. I wanted to get out into the elements, because that's what empowers us. That's what makes us strong. That's what empowers our immune system. If you're sheltered your whole life, you're sheltered with everything that you're doing, then your immune system's weak. You're susceptible. It's the same thing. You got to make yourself uncomfortable. That's why I went to Iceland. And lo and behold, Symbiotica's astaxanthin is coming directly from outside of Reykjavik, one of the cleanest ecosystems in the world right now. This is what we're doing. We're providing and creating transparency. Everything is open source. Everything is public, Nothing to hide. Best tribe ever. We got some of the best athletes involved right now. I got a brother right now who's kicking butt so well right now. He's just doing so amazing. We got so much enthusiasm and fires being lit right now. Please jump on board. I promise you, this is going to be the best ride of all time. Much love.